Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2. We're getting there. Slowly, but surely. I don't think... I probably wrapped up the turn before... Yeah, I usually do. Okay. Let's just hit end turn here. I'm a little concerned about what's going to happen with these crow dudes. Like, it would really suck to lose the Fortress of the Dawn. It's not going to be the end of the world. We can go and retake it. But I think they're probably going to be able to burn it, and I'm probably not going to be able to stop them. And that's a bummer. Also, I actually remembered to go into the options, finally, and turn off skirmish by default and turn on guard mode by default. But sadly, there was no option for be on fast forward mode by default, which seems crazy to me, because who is ever not going to want to be on fast forward mode? That lizard man's name is Lana. Is that a joke? Was he named as a joke? Did his parents lose a bet? I'll tell you, I can't figure out these lizard men. Everything about them is so weird. So if we lose the Fortress of the Dawn, that'll be a bummer. It'll impact our income for a little while, but I think we're in a steady enough place on income that it shouldn't break us or anything, and we'll rebuild. And then we're 8 turns away from the end of this ritual, after which we will immediately start the next ritual. And I was looking at the legendary quest that we haven't done yet with Skrolk, and I think it looks pretty doable now. I had put it off because, boy oh boy, was I sick of fighting lizard men. And there's a Stegodon involved, and I wasn't sure how I was going to deal with that, but now Skrolk's army has some pretty good stuff in it. It has a couple of warp lightning cannons, which will do some fine work on a Stegodon. So I think we should be able to do it, and the item you get from it, while not incredible, will lower the cost of Wither, and I do use Wither a lot lately, I feel like. Okay, so their army has just now started to get replenishment again, and they still haven't rebuilt the garrison, so this should be pretty easy. I should hope. I don't know if it'll let me auto-resolve it. Okay, I'll take that auto-resolve. Alright, do we want to... I mean, we may as well reoccupy. Take. It doesn't really do a lot, but it's a settlement that we can have to slow down the Chaos armies that spawn when we do the next ritual. I'm thinking that may be... it may be worthwhile to have basically a dummy city that we allow to get destroyed to slow down the enemies. I think Otherlock is maybe just going to bail. Like, Otherlock's going to head straight for the Fortress of the Dawn. I don't think there's any reason to mess around with this. Because I'm pretty sure the garrison could take those guys. And I'm very sure that Titchit plus the garrison will have no problem. And neither one of them was actually going to be able to get over there close enough to hit the attack this turn. Oh, these guys are all Marauders. So they're not armored or anything. This is actually a really weak Chaos stack. Yeah, that'll be very easy to deal with. What was I doing with this guy? Shoot, this is why I should not record a whole bunch of episodes and then take 4 days off. Man, that thing is loud. Let's lower the cost of Plague. I do still like Plague. Okay, Ulysses, what on earth were you even up to? We should probably finish off the Mud Isles. I don't know. Hey, he was headed back into the mainland, but it kind of looks like he's not going to be needed anymore. I guess I don't really know what these guys are doing. But Skrolk took no damage or almost no damage. Yeah, so little that he'll be completely replenished next turn. Maybe we should just finish off the Mud Isles. Be rid of these guys completely. Or at least down here, you know, they're going to send armies from the north, but... Something tells me their armies from the north are not really a concern. Okay, there's no reason for us to not have taxation on here anymore. But I just, like, don't even really want to bother upgrading stuff. I guess let's upgrade this. That building could matter. We're kind of just done with the building portion of the game, though, honestly. What's up in Chotek? Oh, Chotek should definitely still still be given that. We do need a little bit more food. And then... our public order is really high. So I guess we don't need to build a bell. I don't know, just sit and wait, I guess. We don't have a huge amount of money anyway. So after Skrolk heals up, if these guys don't look like they're going to give us any trouble over the next couple of turns, honestly, I might just do the remaining quest battle, because the item has more than 0 value, and I think we're in a place where we could take it down pretty easily. Which has not been the case for terribly long. Skrolk's army has kind of been our worst army for a really long time, because we built it up first and then I didn't really change the composition of it. What is this stack doing? Maybe they're heading to reinforce Hexawaddle? Could be. So it seems like the way this works is... when they fail a ritual due to cities being destroyed and stuff, after the ritual period ends, they fall back to the 4th threshold for ritual resource. So he's going to have to rebuild his supply of ritual resource, and we're already done with ours. So we'll be able to blaze through these rituals before Hexawaddle could possibly do them again. We'd have to be a little concerned about Lothern. I think they're most of the way back up to the 5th ritual, and we have to make sure that they don't complete it, obviously. But it's looking pretty good for us, provided, of course, that I can complete the battle that is probably at the end of us getting all the rituals done.
This way.
Alright. He was coming back. He came back to help with the elves, and then we didn't need any of his help. I really, honestly have no idea what to do with some of our heroes here. I guess let's just have them hang out near our cities. I know I just ran him over there, but... I'm just thinking, like, we'll be ready for the next thing that happens, but at this point, we're sort of done with the outside world. We're just waiting on mission timers.
All hail, horned rat.
Let's go handle this thing. Those guys do not have very long siege timers.
Attack for the horned rat.
They were going to starve the whole city out in, like, 9 turns.
I'll collect souls.
I guess we'll take food. I don't... We're at a point where none of the options even matter. Okay, we have standard die. Titchett has a couple of points left to place. He's got all of his spells, and I'm not really that impressed with most of them. I guess if we upgrade Crack's Call, it'll be a little cheaper. It seemed okay. It was very expensive. Let's pull the cost down. And you have the stuff you need. More attack, more damage.
Guide us, horned one.
The best defense is murdering the enemy. Okay, the Fortress of Dawn at least will hold out a little bit longer. We might get there in time to stop the destruction. Oh, I forgot about Tor Elisor. Well, we can definitely tax Tor Elisor. I'm going to hire a lord here. So let's do this and this. I'll hire a lord next turn. I'm going to hire a lord here and take the rest of the province, I think. May as well. Alright. Let's do Skrolk's last... let's do Skrolk's last quest battle. So the Rod of Corruption gives melee attack, weapon strength, magical attacks. It gives us +1 hero capacity for Plague Priest, which we don't need. It does give him a bound spell, which is cool. The Rod of Corruption ability effectively is a bound spell. But mostly I'm concerned about the -2 cost on Wither. This is like the major reason I want to do this. It does give us 30 Warpstone. That's unnecessary because we're actually already at our threshold. Oh no, we will be when I hit end turn.
Join us.
Man, is this worth doing? Yeah, probably. What's he got in his rod slot is that Crown of Command that I never use. So, it's a kind of a skink-heavy army. Croxagores and Ancient Stegodon. I think we can do this. Let's do it. Auto-resolve, please.
My brothers.
Well, let's bring some reinforcements. No reason not to. I do enjoy shooting dinosaurs with warp lightning cannons. The Plague Lord has come to the Isle of the Crimson Skull in search of a rare mineral. The unholy skull that dominates this place will restore the Rod of Corruption. But the lizard men are aware of Skrolk's movements and have been tracking their nemesis since his recent slaughter of their spawnkin. The time for inaction is over. The isle is a sacred place, for the old ones once roamed there. To let the rat spawn enter the island's interior is unthinkable, so the foes meet them upon the beach. I was just, reading stuff. I don't miss things, but I insert extra words on top of all the words that are already there. So, it's a pretty skink-heavy composition. 2 units of Sauruses, 2 units of Temple Guard, which, frankly, don't seem very much better than Sauruses, but they don't have to be, because Sauruses are very good. This will be a good way to at least level up some of our units, because we have a lot of units that aren't really very powerful yet. We also have our Hell Pit Abomination. This will be the first battle where we actually get to see one of those in action. I believe they're anti-large, or no, they're heavily armor-piercing. So actually should be pretty good against Sauruses, maybe the Kroxigors. And Kroxigors are not anti-large. In fact, there's not really a lot of anti-large on his team. He has these, the Javelin Skinks, I think, are anti-large. And then he doesn't have a lot of ranged units. Single-shot artillery is traditionally pretty good. Okay, apparently there's no intro to watch here. We just start battle.
Such a paradise. Unblemished.
Wow.
It must be gifted the touch of pestilence.
That is a very impressive skull.
That the reptile things attack me for this is blasphemy. Lead me to the Crimson Skull so I make it powder and restore my Rod of Corruption. Yes, yes. Let us begin. Yes, yes.
I don't think that rubbing powder on your rod thing actually works, dude. That's a scam. He's fallen for a scam. Whatever. We're going to support our man in his time of need here. So obviously, first things first, Warp Lightning Cannon, figure out how to make that dead. Next, let's start focusing on something kind of in the middle of their formation with the catapult. We're going to have to move up to make those happen, I believe. How much? Not a lot. Okay. I could wait. I guess probably I ought to wait. I'm not going to wait. Reinforcements were expected. Let's move up and try to make some stuff happen here. Okay, so where's this guy? I want to see him. What's his deal? Oh, geez. Well, I guess they call him an abomination for a reason. Okay, everybody just kind of move forward, I guess. Let's grab all of the melee troops. You guys go like this. Do it. And you move up, I don't know, to here. You probably don't get in front with the Hell Pit Abomination. Let's wait until we have some kind of plan. Okay.
Suffer the clean.
Survey your army and choose a formation, then advance. Don't tell me what to do. So we started with a lot of wins. It looks like they're not actually moving up. Oh, well, if they're content to wait, I will bombard them with artillery fire. How far are you guys having to go? They have to move a fair amount yet. Okay, the enemy's coming to us, a certain.
Lord Skrolk. This way, fool.
Okay, here come the enemies. This is what I was worried about. This is why I wanted to advance. How bad is it? How bad is this number of enemies? We got some cold ones. A feral carnosaur. Okay. Well, I think we'll keep the, You're gonna need to be over here. this guy, yeah, he's armor piercing. He causes terror. He has regeneration. Getting some good damage in here. Alright, so we're going to split up the slingers a little bit. Remember, these slingers are not really about doing damage. They're about poisoning. I'm just going to have this thing guard our flank. They charge directly into our spears, which I appreciate. That's a good, solid tactical maneuver on their part. How armored are you? You are at 90. 90 is pretty armored. Alright, well, we'll be dropping a wither as soon as this is engaged a little more. This thing's at 95. This is anti-large. So we actually want to try to keep it off of our guy here. Let's try to make sure that the slingers are putting poison into as many people as possible. And I don't think, like, I think I want to keep the lasers focused where the lasers are focused now, because this thing with the ranged attacks and everything, that's something I want to deal with quickly. Looks like our catapult will maybe need a new target soon, because those guys are about to give up. Here, shooting to the front line of that blob. We don't want to devote too many people from the sides, like, you know, we'd be a little careful here. I don't know how many reinforcements we're looking at. It may be that there's another wave coming from our other side eventually, so just be a little careful here. Alright, we've got the globes coming in, anti-large, hopefully able to bring this guy down pretty quickly. He's really... His morale is damaged by artillery? That's weird. There's no artillery on him. Does it just mean explosive damage? Maybe the explosive damage from the globes triggers that effect. Okay, that guy's almost dead. Wow, we like completely routed those dudes. This guy's putting up with their lord pretty easily. Oh, here come more dudes. Here come more dudes into the back. So I had these guys moving up to defend against this a little bit. We should break a second unit off. We definitely don't need you guys chasing. So the halberds should probably fall back toward the line. I don't need them being out that far. And this guy's got a ton of armor. Why don't we see if we can use the plague monks to speed up his demise? We'll commit some more dudes over here. Alright. I guess we'll wait a little bit before I reassign the slingers. But these dudes probably should reorient so they're facing forward. We can get some good shots in on the Croxagors as they approach, probably. Okay. Yeah, looks like he's got that under control. And we didn't even have to use any Menace Below charges. Alright. Our artillery is doing such a good job. Get him. Okay. Won't take much more. Alright, close up. Let's do it. Get in there. Get in there. Alright, battle is joined, and that means that it is time. So those guys fled. I'm fine with that. Let's let them flee. We'll bring in this spearman unit to hold up the flank. And this should be very easy, I think. I'm kind of surprised by how easy this battle is looking so far. Okay, let's buff these dudes. Everybody get up and break some stuff. I'm pretty okay with Skrolk being personally engaged with the Croxagors. He seems to be a complete terror. Seems to handle the job. Turn our Globadiers back on those guys. We're back on the Carnosaur. Spears in. I think we have orders on most of our people now. Real orders. Okay, yeah, we just gotta watch this side, because these cavalry units are gonna flee out and then come back, and maybe, actually, this guy should, instead of charging directly into their stuff, let's try to move him around, out and around. And, finally, let's use some spells. So, this is not a bad time for a plague. I think. Alright, let's do a little bit of this. God, that thing is gross. There you go. That's how that's supposed to look. Wow, he's doing some okay work. He's just like flinging guys left and right. One of the big advantages of these large units is that they knock enemy units off their footing. We don't have enough plague monks because there's no such thing. Wait a minute, did that use a charge on my monk summon but not actually summon the monks? He like shot magic at me in the middle of me summoning my monks and it broke the spell but it still consumed the cast? That's a little annoying. Alright, let's see if we can directly engage this dude. God, there are so many extremely cool things happening on this battlefield. It's just explosions and murder. And let's turn off the unit cards so we have a little bit more vision. So what else do we need to do? We need to... This is not going totally ideally. We can probably do something about that. Alright, the plague does some fine work. You are... Where's that Carnosaur? Is he dead or did he run? I think he ran. Well, whatever. Let's turn these guys, see if we can get the Croxagores with the globes. And most of our units are winning in melee. It's just this this little bit over here that needs a little bit of love. Oh yeah, because this is where most of the Sauruses ended up. That makes sense. It would be actually really cool if you guys could disengage. Oh no, here's the Carnosaur. Never mind, you guys have a job to do. Just sitting there not firing. Okay, so yeah, I'm slaughtering their lord here. Give him the Liber Bubonicus. I'm sure this will kill him. Skinks hate the plague breath. Seems to be very effective against them. Okay, the lord is broken. They're all breaking. Yeah. That wasn't even difficult. Wow, good shooting from the catapults there. Yeah, we probably waited too long to do that. That battle was actually remarkably easy. We lost 251, so yeah, this is losses that will be recovered in a single turn. I didn't memorize what everybody's ranks were at. I don't know if we actually gained any ranks on anybody important. The Abomination got to do some stuff. I like the fact that the Abomination's attacks almost all seem to have some splashy knockdown. Alright, so we got our Rod of Corruption. That's cool. That's like an okay rod. As far as rods go, not bad. Let's head back down here toward the part of the world that matters. Yeah, and there's not really a strong incentive for me to do anything other than just wait with most of my armies. I do need to, I do still need to clear the Fortress of the Dawn. I can't believe it doesn't let me fast forward the movement of my own guys. So it looks like Hexoatl and Clan Moors are still fighting a pitched battle that could not matter less, honestly. It's a shame we have to... There's no way for the system to determine like what are the things that are relevant and what are the things that are not. But it would be cool if there was, because we're going to have to sit here and wait through a whole bunch of turns that literally can't have any effect, and that is a shame. you know, a lot of this is my own fault for having waited so long to do the rituals. If I had pushed for the rituals while things were still happening in the world, you know, relevant things were still happening all over the place, this would be a lot more meaningful. We're still being raided by Menethil's Manflayers, is that right? Mengel's Manflayers. Menethil is a city from World of Warcraft, I believe. But you all knew what I meant. Right, I'm just going to have him make it back to Itza. Just chill out in the city here. Right, may as well hit this on the way over. It's a free sea corpse. Okay, 5,000 gold, sure. We're so close. Just have to hope they don't attack for another turn here.
All tales are mine. Right, good.
Alright, definitely just get rid of this garbage. Okay. Ooh, that's a skull reef. So that's going to be a good amount of money. Who's this? Oh, Ulcess. Okay. Ulcess should pick up... Plus 10% replenishment rate is pretty good. We don't really need this. Or this, actually. As much as I don't want to take Skaven Slaves even with plus 10 armor, plus 20% casualty replenishment rate is good enough that I'm going to take that. That means this army never has to stop moving, basically. That guy's still working on Assassin's Trophy. Yeah. Let's recruit a lord. Charge lock. This guy was in our your total estimated army upkeep will increase by 3923. That's fine. This is a temporary army. So we'll just have him recruit a bunch of Skaven slaves. Just bodies to populate the cities with. And we're good. Five more turns on this ritual, then 10 turns on the next ritual, and then I believe 20 turns on the final ritual. And we're there. We're just going to be hitting end turn a lot toward the end of this game here. The Cult of Pleasure could still show up on our shores in large enough numbers to be a threat. I don't think Hexawaddle can really attack us anymore. I don't think that the Lore Masters can really attack us anymore. But I am a little concerned about the Cult of Pleasure. They just have a ton of guys. I wish there was some easy way for me to know what this represented exactly, like if there was some way for me to just find out how many stacks they have. They could add some kind of espionage stuff, right? Like you could have an agent do a hero action on a city to find that kind of stuff out. But mostly, it wouldn't really have a use. It's just something I'm curious about. The New World colonies are really suffering. I assume that they're getting their asses kicked on the north by the North Front by the Dark Elves. And that's probably the thing that's keeping the Dark Elves off of me, is that they're very busy fighting all these New World colonies, I'm assuming are... what's up? Okay, sure. I was gonna let them, like, hang out and... This is the Fortress of Dawn. Yeah, let's try to hold it. It would be cool if we could hold it. This is not a very good army, but obviously we're not very numerous. There's no way we hold this. Well, we can at least... we can give it a shot. These are not very high leadership units, I believe. 60s. It's not that bad, really. And they have a lot of missile cavalry, which are not the greatest thing in the world when attacking walls. And then they have some dogs, which are terrible units. I've never found a good use for Chaos Warhounds. Like, you can kind of harass archers with them, but they're actually so bad at fighting that they lose to a lot of archer units, so... And then we have, yeah, these guys, and I guess they function as cheap cavalry, not in the sense that, like, cavalry can charge and inflict a lot of damage, but in the sense that cavalry, you get behind the enemy and freak them out and make them lose morale. And Chaos Trolls are very, very easy to rout. They're not bad as fighters. They have a lot of regenerating health, but they give up at the drop of a hat. So, depending on what he's done here as far as siege stuff goes, we might be able to hold out. We'll see. So they've built 4 siege towers, okay. Not like a huge surprise. This time I know that my catapults are going to spawn in facing the wrong direction. So if I just put the catapults right here... We don't quite have range... But if I'm afraid that if I put them any closer to the wall, their firing angle will get clipped. So we'll just let them not have range immediately, you know.
Councils, come on.
Gotta make sure that we actually have the walls manned here. Yeah, they set up your troops in like a really terrible way. They are not at all trying to make sure that you have your towers online. Let's put some slingers up here. I'd like for my towers to be manned by slingers. So then we can at least, you know, also shoot at them as they approach. So these guys need to be over here because we're going to get hit from this side as well. Alright, we don't really have a lot of dudes to allocate. And this Warlock Engineer has no magic. He's basically just useless. It's actually possible we might kill that one. Never mind, our towers completely stopped firing. Let's... Yeah, fire into these guys. Yeah, I don't even know, like, there's not anything in particular for this tower to aim at. Just fire at whatever you can fire at. Okay, so this is what I was hoping for. You want to get the tower shots and the slingers working. I think we're not quite going to get it. Alright, well, they're going to dock with the walls. That's pretty bad for us. I was hoping we could break down one of the towers. It's close. We almost got it. Now, I don't actually want to spawn any Menace Below charges outside the wall, I don't think, because the second I do, all of a sudden their missile cavalry have something to do. Right now, they're just wasted troops. Oof. Not great aim from the catapults there. Can you please not only hit my own troops? Yeah, you can see these Chaos forces have very poor morale. Or rather, these Marauder type forces. Proper Chaos forces are fine fighters. Alright, unfortunately we can't summon up onto the wall. This catapult is doing way more harm than good. My gates are destroyed. Questionable. I don't agree. Those gates went down remarkably quickly to a single group of trolls. Alright, now we do have Storm Vermin. Storm Vermin are a lot better than some of these enemies. Chaos Great Marauders, Great Weapon Marauders have armor piercing, so that's gonna be that's gonna make it tricky for us. Where do I want these guys to run? Honestly, maybe it's a good idea for me to just keep some Plague Monks fresh for when the fallback occurs. This is just about plugging the hole. Can he get close enough to actually fight? Okay, the catapult does have a target or two. And it's doing some fine damage. We actually probably want to get the plague monks down, because all they're doing right now is taking fire. This is not going that well. Can I get those unit of plague monks up here to help with this? Alright, we're breaking. Come on up again. Okay, this is going alright, and these guys aren't coming down off the wall for some reason. I don't know why, but I'll take it. You guys, get on skirmish mode. This is a great time for skirmish mode. Yeah, look at these. Chaos trolls are such a bunch of big babies. We got people rallying. Get back up here. Right, we definitely need to keep putting bodies into this situation. Yep, here we go. We lose the city. Well, because they're gonna just push to the center of the city. There's nothing I can do about it at this point. Did manage to rout one unit of Chaos Trolls. Or, well, we managed to get them running. Rout is a strong word. Because obviously they're just going to turn around and come back. The Storm Vermin are holding their own up on the wall. I appreciate that. Try to get this catapult into a place where it can... Try to keep these guys away from the catapult. Okay, the Warp Engineers, or the Warlock Engineer rather, is actually doing a pretty good job here. It's pretty silly how effective that is. Oh, here comes their Marauder Chieftain. Oh good, the gates that are mine are mine. Get him in the flank. Oh, it's not the flank anymore. Our other rats broke exactly fast enough to make that not the flank anymore. Alright, let's turn off skirmish mode. I need them to just stand and fight. Oh, get these dudes. They're so close to being dead. We could keep our catapults. Nope, we're not going to. Okay, this is over. Well, I tried. I was pretty sure I was not going to be able to do it, but I think it went alright. Remarkably, this unit of horse dudes has no health, but still quite a few figures. Technically, it does matter, right? We should try to do as much damage to these guys as we can, just to make things easier on the reinforcement army. But I think our reinforcement army is powerful enough that it's going to defeat this army pretty much no matter what. Get this guy. He's stealing our city. We get the catapult crew back on the... So why are we all glowy and blue? Oh, these are summons breaking. Okay. Surprise!
Should we run?
We're actually putting up kind of an okay fight here. We're gonna break now because they have control of the city, which is gonna give us a pretty hefty leadership penalty. And you're gonna see my units breaking into full retreat here. We put up a decent fight. And the fighting's fun. I'm trying to win here, right? I'm trying to apply strategy and stuff. Like, also, let's remember, we're playing the video game to have fun. And I'm still having fun even in these battles. Alright. Is there scoop command? Can I leave now? Listen, we all know I'm dead. I appreciate you guys really sticking it out. These guys are actually winning their fight. Okay, there we go. There probably is a concede button on the escape menu. Yeah, not bad. We killed more of them than they killed of us. I will take it. That's a partial victory. A valiant defeat. That's a fine way of putting it. That's a lot of growth we just lost, unfortunately.
Guide us, Horned One. Break water.
Please get out of the water. Okay. So that's solved. This is also pretty solved. Right, you're right where you need to be. Charge lock. I don't know, man. Increase Skaven corruption. Why not? That's right. It takes 2 turns to recruit stuff in crappy climates. That's right. Alright, well, we're never going to get over into oppressive lands, unfortunately.
No.
Where are these guys going? This, that could be relevant. A massive stack of Dark Elf units. I don't think they're going to be able to affect any of the ritual cities. But we definitely need to keep an eye on that. Looks like the Order of Loremasters is just about to be wiped out. Can't say that I would be too upset about that. Maybe I should send an army or two north to harass the Cult of Pleasure with the hopes of drawing any armies that they would be sending south off to battle with that army. You know, just make a distraction. Because I really don't want to have to deal with a bunch of Dark Elf stacks running around inside my country while I'm trying to get stuff done. And judging from the length of the bar, it seems like he probably has a lot of stacks. I'm curious about the rogue army. What's up? They've ended. Okay, whatever. I'm curious about the rogue army that has the big spider on their banner. Is it just spider-based units? Because I mean that's kind of a cool idea, but also that's just going to be a greenskin army, right?
Fight! Kill! Death frenzy! My orders.
All right, I guess let's go resettle. Okay, Ulysses needs to get over here and get us ready to defend against this thing. They did come up onto land. The Altar of the Horned Rat needs a defensive structure. I can't believe it doesn't have one. Who's the closest army? Okay.
Pestilent aura. What you want?
The Teeth Snatches. Well, these are probably... This probably also is just a
Mess with me.
greenskin army,
What's your
right?
message?
Oh, cool. Non-aggression pact. Probably the fact that I have so much, such a greater military strength than they do plays a part in that acceptance. Yeah, it'd be really cool if you did not harass me at all. Yeah, sure. Food province, whatever. So we need to get on these guys.
Oh, blessed filth. No underworld. Get fast, scum.
Let's make it really clear to them that they are not welcome here. I don't want to get in the water, though. As much as I would love to be able to sail places, you just can't with Skaven. Because the game might auto-resolve you out of an army. Okay, well that's probably under control then.
No, you failed.
That's weird. Why won't he,
Spread fast, scum.
Alright, get in the water. Like, even if you don't want to get on the land this turn, you still gotta take the order to get on land. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little concerned about where these guys are going. As long as they don't hit a ritual city, we're fine. Oh my god, Nurglost, I really don't need to watch you sail across the ocean. I know where you are, I know why you're coming over here, I know what's going on, just... Alright. They probably wouldn't just attack a city, right? They'll roll up, but they'll siege it a little bit because we have walls and they'll want to build some siege stuff. I do think it's a little strange, though, that the camera feels the need to, even when it's in fast-forward mode, it feels the need to jump around and show me every Lizardman army moving on the other continent, but it doesn't have any interest in showing me what's going on with these Dark Elves. Okay, so they're sieging up the Altar of the Horned Rat. I don't think that's going to work out very well for them. Also, it turns out we don't need ritual currency anymore. So even if this did work out for them, it wouldn't matter. So what do we have, like 2 turns left on our ritual? Oh, right, Mingle Manhide and his band of merry men. What is going on here? So you got a bunch of Reaper Bolt Throwers, Black Arc Corsairs. Okay, that's a decent anti-infantry bonus. We don't really have the troops that I would like for defense here. I kind of think we might lose this. I'm not going to fight it. Sure. Go ahead. We'll just come and take it back. I don't want to devote my human time to this. Okay, no, it did not set them back to the last threshold. Alright. Yeah, we... Turns out, all of a sudden, have a lot of things to be annoyed by.
Scamper forward. Horned prophet.
Alright, let's run right up here, so these 2 armies are together and they cannot profitably attack. You...
I am warlord.
He does need to summon stuff. It's actually cheaper to get things out of the... or faster to get things out of the global pool than it is to get things out of the local pool. What does he need? Let's get him... What he needs is to get back on the move. So why don't we just grab a couple units of normal Plague Monks?
All tales are mine. This way.
Alright, we'll come and handle this. It's annoying, but it's not a big deal. Oh, they're having a rebellion right now. Okay. Our Empire's getting nibbled away at here. Okay. Yeah, he did not have move orders. All of a sudden, we're at minus 2,000 upkeep. I'm pretty sure that's not right. Right, because how would we have lost well over 2,000 gold? We were definitely positive before. It's definitely like over 3,000 gold per turn that we lost. And that's even after, right? Before we summoned that army, we were at almost 6k. We summoned that army in, went down to like 1-ish. Okay, they're fleeing, it looks like. Bunch of cowards. Lord Skrolk has gained a trait. Is it a cool trait? That's not bad, actually. It's not going to show me what they are doing. It just told me that the siege was lifted. And one of their heroes fled, but not the army. Alright. If that dude thinks he can raid me with Reckless Abandon, he's got another thing coming. Oh, look at this cowardice. They get to move exactly far enough away that we can't catch them. Okay, and then he's right on the road, so next turn, March formation will get him where he's going. Alright, this should deal with this nonsense pretty quickly. I can't believe that they would rather fight me and definitely die than just go and establish their own empire. The going and establishing their own empire is the part of rogue armies that's cool. I don't know why... Okay, minus 389, that's a little bit more believable. Alright, so Titchit, yeah, okay. For some reason, we can't quite reach them. They're in full retreat. Also, wait, how is Titchit down a unit? You can do a little recruiting here. We'll just grab some clan rats to fill that. Alright, chase these guys out.
The great horned one. Gracia. Where shadow horned rat.
Okay, so next turn we have an upgraded dock. The turn after that we have a new dock that's going to deal with the money problems right there. Who's this? Some random warlock engineer? Okay. Okay, I'm curious what these guys are going to do. Because there's not really a lot of places left for them to go, and they're sort of cut off from the water. Right? There's no beaches here. This is all cliff. So where are they headed? They can't underway stance. Really, the only thing they could do, the only path we've left them is they could turn and run toward the west, but it's not going to take them anywhere safe. You know what? That might be beach up there. It's thinking real hard about whether it wants to move that army or not, apparently. So see, it snaps my camera to random hero movements, but it doesn't bother to keep track of the army. If the army hadn't wandered onto the place it moved the camera for the hero, we still wouldn't know what had happened with this army. Alright, so they're stealing my technology. That's pretty much irrelevant, I think. Because at this point, I don't think we're going to get to any more meaningful technologies before the end of the game anyway.
The ritual revealed a new location. It was in Lustrian swamps the Gracier sent his minions next. Under the dank, fetid surface,
Wow.
did they find Sotek cursed bones to lash upon the machine. The Council sends reports that other powers seek control of the Vortex.
I'm so glad the Council's here to let me know these things.
The race is on.
Yeah, just now. The race just started. Is it a good idea to just strap cursed gross bones to things? Is that, like... I guess I don't really know how Skaven quote-unquote technology works. Yeah, we're completing rituals. We're doing good work here. So... the next ritual... Okay, Oixel, Itza, and Chupiatl are going to be the cities every time. That's great. They're all well defended. They're pretty close together. This is annoying. Obviously, we can't start the next ritual this turn.
We are brave, mighty.
We got to do a little bit of stuff on the way there. Let's finish making Plague cheaper. I'm selecting the army. There we go. Alright, well, these guys are dead. They don't know it yet, but they are definitely dead.
Your tales are mine.
This is considerably more annoying. These guys are actually just going to make us chase them forever. We probably don't need to devote both these armies to this. They just have the one army. They're going to push up against the Star Tower, and then we're going to take them with the garrison's assistance. Although, if I just send one army after them right now, they could turn around and fight me with just the one army. Blackguard of Nagarond. Armored, armor-piercing, anti-large. Armor-piercing, anti-infantry. All this armor-piercing is totally going to waste. And a lot of their guys aren't that armored, right? They have the Cold One Knights and the Blackguard are, but everything else is pretty soft. And let's just be on the safe side and pursue with both armies.
Scurry forth.
This beach is big enough that the Star Tower doesn't control it all. Oh wait, can we reach him? I think Tidget can just barely reach him. We can put this to rest right now. Hell yeah! All right, good move there. Sorry, wait, what was that? What was that person's name? Okay. Let me walk you through what just happened in my head. I thought I saw that the enemy killed in battle was named Fern Harvest, and I was like, wow, that is a phenomenally stupid name, even for an elf. Fern Harvest? So then we popped over here and looked at it, and I see Fern Harvest. And I think, oh, okay, that's fine, though. Why is that better? That arguably is even...
Loyal to Clan.
Now it's not, I harvest ferns. But it's still really stupid. Alright, what was I having you do? You should probably, like, yeah, get bonuses for clan rats and storm vermin. Okay, so we gotta start back toward our territory, but we're probably gonna be able to start the next ritual pretty soon. Alright, you guys are totally out of movement? Oh no, we can move back a little bit. So, like, you guys are gonna try to get back to Itza. Is that really the fastest way? Huh. Okay. Well, these two armies will go to Itza, and these two armies, after they crush these nerds, will head up to the Chupa area. We should probably try to get some basic walls built up here. We are running at a pretty significant deficit. We've got to finish this thing in the lower corner and send this army away.
Ready to march. Don't disappoint me. Sail CC.
There we go. Okay. So next turn, we resettle. And then we can dismiss this army. I'm not going to spend any more money right now. Okay, so Mengel could break down our pasture. But this is the end. This is his last turn. He can damage my what do you call it? He can damage my food supply and my provinces out of spite. But he dies on my next turn no matter what happens. Man. Well, I guess that gives that agent that we have up there something to do at least. Go over and kill that guy. So they got Zlatlan back. I'm hoping that if they do start the ritual again, our intervention armies will be sufficient to stop them. They do seem to have kind of a lot of forces now. Okay, yeah, get out of here.
We've bought a deal.
Queek, what? No. I do appreciate that he's not bugging me for a military alliance every single turn, the way they often have in the past. Alright, so probably not this coming turn, but the turn after, we'll start the next ritual. And I mean, we're within spitting distance of the finish line here. He turned around and attacked Ulcess. That seems crazy to me. I guess we're fighting it manually because I'm not taking this auto resolve. All right, we'll put all the bodies in. Sadly, we are not in a region that has warp bomb capability. But like, they're going to be partially reliant on their artillery here, which we will obviously be able to mess with pretty badly. They have a bunch of shock cavalry, which we will shoot with warp lightning. We have a lot of dudes who aren't really that armored, and a lot of dudes who aren't really that good at fighting. And also some Skaven slaves even on top of that. But we are going to be able to drown them in such numbers. Let's gamble. Okay, wow, plus 11. That is a pretty good result. So really, we can't see where they are. That's interesting. Alright, let's set up the warp lightning cannons on the beach over here. Catapults behind. The water will keep us from being flanked, which is really cool. Okay, so they're going to attack us. Obviously, I'm pretty fine standing back here and letting them come to us. And I'm not that worried about their artillery because I'm pretty sure that we can disrupt their artillery with our magic infinite dudes way better than they can disrupt ours. Also, we have that going for us.
Reload the artillery.
Seems like they've got their warp throwers focusing on our clan rats. Oh wow, Jesus. That's just half a person there. Wow. That is what an artillery strike looks like. Jeez. Hold on, let's watch from these guys' perspective as the next catapult volley comes in. They fired it this way. Okay, hold on. I would like it if we could focus on the horses a little bit with the warp lasers. Actually, try to get those guys, and with the catapults, honestly, I'm just not worried about their artillery. Let's have the catapults try to keep pounding infantry. Yeah, they're just kind of like scattershot, throwing. This is not great tactics for them. No, not you. You stay. At least they've done a better job of identifying troops that matter. They're not shooting exclusively at clan rats anymore. Okay, let's get ready for some spellcasting. So I'm going to have the Skaven slaves just try to grab these horses. It would be really cool if we could have these dudes held in place. Alright, spears, get them. Oh, interesting. Missile infantry that are stealthed. Okay, so we're going to do this thing. And now that they've joined battle, so a lot of these guys have armor, right? Yeah, they're somewhat reliant on their armor. So we'll start with a little bit of a wither. Immediately pop this as well. The Warlock Engineer is close enough. Oh, he's not actually affecting all of the artillery. Crummy. Okay, we do have our Doom Rocket. Where do I want to dump a Doom Rocket? Maybe right here? These guys are just Skaven slaves, you know, they'll die or whatever. It'll be fine. The Assassin would prefer to get in on their Dreadlord. Let's try to move him around here. And now that the battle is being joined properly, you guys this way. They seem to have left an opening here. And then we'll run these guys up this way. We'll just try to get around and hit him in the back. Okay. I'm actually going to reset our siege stuff here. Less specific targeting would be cool if you would just follow orders. Okay. Let's do this so they move as little as possible. Need to make sure their angles are sensible. I don't know if it's still the case that I need to manually issue orders on guys all the time, but let's do it. Okay, close up on those guys. See what this group of cavalry is doing. I think they must think I don't. Kill him. Does this give you speed? It does. Go get him. Alright, they have committed themselves to fighting our stuff here. So we are going to just try to get in range and fire the Tormentor Sword. Oh.
Yes, yes, yes.
All of a sudden, not looking so good for hitting our artillery. Alright, yeah, he's totally killing it there. Should probably put some more clan rats out. Let's hit the back part of their line here. You guys have successfully completed your flank. Oh, they're going all murderous. So we're gonna go back to being all poisonous. And somewhere around here, he's going to start thinking, oh, I maybe made a huge error. Why did they just stop attacking the... Come on, guys. Oh, wow, he is shredding them right now. Yeah, but here comes the Plague Furnace. Alright, you guys in. Let's keep up the pressure forever. Alright, my assassin seems to have gotten tired of attacking. I'm not sure what he's doing. You dudes need to get in here. Looks like we defeated one of the crews. That's fine. Yeah, we've broken these guys down pretty well. We are actually winning, just one-on-oneing these guys and winning. That's pretty bad for them. Let's go commit our Plague Priest to this battle here. Somebody's shouting, "I smell failure." This rat's got absolutely no faith in my leadership abilities. They're firing into the back of their own units so much, I have to imagine they're hurting as many of them as they are of us. Okay, so let's go back to... the Warp Lightning Cannons can now resume targeting these dudes. The Catapult doesn't have a huge amount of stuff to shoot at over here. You know what? I'm going to have it also starting on these guys. There's not a lot of enemies left. We're going to need a little bit of time to rebuild before we're ready to take on the next ritual, though. Yeah, he keeps deciding he's done fighting. Like, this guy should be dead if our assassin would maintain his targeting. There you go. Alright, chase him. You're faster than he is, and you're not even tired because you haven't been fighting. Alright, they're giving up. This is the guy, Mangle Manhide himself. Yeah, look, he just decides he's not interested in fighting anymore. We're gonna see this. We're gonna see this happen. Pop this, it gives him a bunch of speed. Do it. Get him. Yeah, that's right. Run right through the terrain. There you go. Is he actually dead? Yeah, he's dead. Good. That was annoying. Because that guy should have been dead long ago, and it would have hastened the end of that battle. We would have lost way fewer people, because their army would have given up. But instead, our assassin elected to stop fighting, and then just stand nearby. And maybe their dude also was stopping and standing nearby, but the AI has perfect micro, so it can, you know, immediately notice the second something stops happening and instantly correct it. It's a trait that I do not share. Alright, ritual completed. We're gaining lots of useful things. Carry out a successful assassination attempt against some lizardmen. Okay.
Pestilence comes. Pestilence comes.
You probably shouldn't ask me to tell him what to do when he gets there, when he's not going to get there this turn. Because who knows what the situation will look like by then.
tunnel.
Tunnel under here.
Lieber Bubonicus,
So you can move to here with this stance, or... Okay, yeah.
no underworld. All tales are mine.
We should wrap these guys up and then head up to the Chupayatl Itza area.
Or else. This way. Smell. Taste battle. Good.
Okay, and other lock got to kill him personally. That feels appropriate.
Stink of command.
Okay, let's just really get this done, shall we?
Guide us, Horned One.
Okay, yeah, they have no army left. Yeah, I lost 3 units of plague monks. Seems a little suspicious. I figured that was going to happen, but again, I just don't. I prioritize my time over fighting that battle manually.
Swallow defeated.
And we'll be able to fix that in a single turn of recruitment, so... You have all your blue line stuff. Let's grab... Yeah, the rest of life is cheap. You know what? Go resettle this. Okay, that's a nice quick way of getting us back on high replenishment and the ability to summon more dudes. So he's going to need 2 turns anyway. Let's bring in... Having a unit of storm vermin with halberds in our armies has actually been working out really well. Yeah, just get on land. It's a shame there's nothing I can do to increase tax output of a region. Because a lot of these just are not, it's like not relevant. They don't do anything. Oh, well, hold on. Where is that other army? You suck. Alright, well, I guess we'll do this in a little bit. Here, let's go get some money. Oh, some gambler's armor. Not bad. And a pretty significant income bonus. Gambler's armor is fine. Okay, we're not going to start the ritual this turn. I'm going to not spend any more money so that we can do that settlement thing. I guess how much is it to repair this? This is worth doing. Because I think it's going to be 2 turns before I can hit that settlement anyway. Okay, well, that is where we're going to have to call it for today. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're all enjoying the series as much as I'm enjoying making it. And we are so close. We are like just a couple episodes out. It's been a little bit of a slog, and I apologize for that. A lot of that has to do with the decisions I'm making, the way I'm playing. But we're going to get there, and it's going to feel so good after all this time. So come back next time for some of that, and we'll see you then.